Hi, I'm Clifton Warren, and welcome to the Top Producer Podcast. The continuation process: why relationships don't grow by chance. Over the last few episodes, I've explored why sustainable growth doesn't happen by accident. I've also looked at the differences between activity and architecture and the importance of having a repeatable business development system. Today, I want to introduce what I believe is one of the most overlooked elements in commercial growth, and I call it the continuation process. One of the biggest myths in business development is that opportunities are won or lost in a single meeting. In reality, very few significant commercial relationships begin that way. Most relationships develop gradually. They begin with awareness, then familiarity, then credibility, then trust, and finally, when the timing is right, they become opportunities. Now, the mistakes that many professionals and many firms make is assuming that if someone doesn't buy today, they are a lost opportunity. In most cases, they haven't lost the opportunity, they've simply stopped the process. And one of the phrases I regularly use is this: relationships don't grow by chance, they grow by design. And if we leave relationship development to memory, motivation, good intentions, we become inconsistent. And while some people receive regular contact, others are forgotten, months pass, relationships cool, and eventually someone else earns their trust. And that is why I believe every business should have a continuation process. Not just for new clients, this is critical for your existing clients. So what is a continuation process? It is a deliberate, structured approach to maintaining and strengthening relationships over time. It's a framework that answers questions like, when do we contact? How do we add value? And what should we share? How do we remain relevant without becoming intrusive? See, rather than hoping relationships develop naturally, we need to be proactive. We need to intentionally create opportunities to stay connected. Now, here's something important. This isn't about chasing people. It's about remaining valuable. And there's a significant difference. If every interaction is centered on selling people, eventually they disengage. But if every interaction provides insight, education, ideas, or assistance, you're building credibility, and credibility compounds and makes you relevant in the eyes of your prospects and your clients. Think about your own professional relationships. Who do you remember? Usually it's the people who consistently stay in touch, the people who share useful articles, the people who checked in occasionally, the people who remembered that what mattered most to you. None of those actions are dramatic, by the way, but together they create trust, and trust creates opportunity. So here's another principle I want to leave you with. Growth happens over time, not in moments. I've seen too many professionals measure success by individual meetings. The best professionals measure success by the strength of the relationships they are building. Because relationships are assets. They're your most valuable assets. It's something that no one else can recreate. A competitor cannot easily copy them. Stronger relationships, the greater the opportunity to solve problems, expand the current accounts, and generate referrals. Within a commercial growth architecture, the continuation process isn't an optional activity. It's part of a system. It creates consistency. It removes that reliance on memory, and it ensures no viable relationship is neglected. It transforms so business development is from a series of isolated conversations into an ongoing relationship development. So here's a question to consider this week. Do you have a continuation process, or are you relying on your memory and good intentions? Because those are two very different things. Remember, one of the key things we've discussed throughout the series is that consistency is a design outcome. And when it comes to relationships, relationships don't grow by chance, they grow by design. I'm Clifton Warren. Thanks for listening.